This is CIXX-FM, live from the School of Media and Digital Arts at Fanshawe College in London, Ontario. This is XFM News.
Good afternoon, I'm Daniel Monroy. Today's going to be partially sunny and warm with some clouds. Right now it's 26 degrees. Prime Minister Mark Carney says the Canadian government will defend workers and businesses following the latest trade threat by U.S. President Donald Trump. Rachel Scott has a story.
Right in the middle of these intense negotiations with Canada, the president announcing he will now be hitting one of our largest trading partners with a 35% tariff starting on August 1st. The president posting this letter that he sent to the Canadian Prime Minister on social media. It says, instead of working with the United States, Canada retaliated with its own tariffs. And then he delivered this warning saying if for any reason you decide to raise your tariffs, then whatever the number you choose to raise them by will be added onto the 35% that we charge.
In a letter to Carney on Thursday, Trump threatened to impose 35% tariffs on Canadian goods by the date, evidently setting a new deadline for the trade talks that had been looking to wrap by July 21st. Buying a used car can be confusing and stressful, but a Canadian startup says it doesn't have to be. A London-based company is using AI and expert advice to help drivers to make smarter and more confident choices. XFM reporter Theodore Ramarak has the details.
A London-based startup is reinventing how Canadians buy used cars, and it's putting London on the innovation map in the process.
We wanted to make that exhausting and stressful feeling that comes with a used car search and buying much less and more customer-centric.
That's Saleh Zaranda, co-founder of Ubo, which started as a digital used car marketplace. Now the company is expanding nationwide with a consulting-first model powered by AI and expert guidance, offering free, unbiased help to car buyers, especially first-time buyers. As the company expands, he says he's proud to grow the business from London and not Toronto or Waterloo.
And I think our goal is to stand out as a London-based company and not be one that's trying to associate itself with the big names like Toronto or Waterloo. We are London-based, and we're proud of that. And I think the more companies grow out and scale out of just being based out of maybe London or even southwestern Ontario, the more the name gets out there. And we see that with a lot of different startups that had succeeded.
As Ubo rolls out its new platform across Canada, its founders say the mission is clear: make used car buying easier, smarter, and fairer, starting right here in London. I'm Theodore Ramarak, XFM News.
Canada's labour market topped expectations in June, aimed at a surprise surge in hiring. Mitchell Sadikan expands on this.
Statistics Canada says the unemployment rate ticked down to 6.9% in June as the economy added 83,000 jobs, mostly in part-time work. The numbers beat economists' expectations. StatCan says June marked the first month of significant job gains since January and snapped a streak of 3 straight months where the unemployment rate rose. Even the manufacturing sector, which has faced job losses because of the trade dispute, saw a gain of 10,000 positions in June. Michelle Zedekian, The Canadian Press.
In sports, in the MLB, the Toronto Blue Jays is facing the Athletics today at 10 p.m. and both teams will face two more times during the weekend, tomorrow at 10 p.m. again and on Sunday at 4 p.m. The Detroit Tigers is playing today versus the Seattle Mariners at 7 p.m. and both teams will face again tomorrow at 1 p.m. and on Sunday at 2 p.m. In the Club World Cup, Chelsea is getting ready to face Paris Saint-Germain for the final of the tournament on Sunday at 3 p.m. and the London Mayors are facing the Kitchener Panthers today at 7 p.m. In the CFL, the Calgary Stampers are facing the Saskatchewan Roughriders at 9 p.m. XFM traffic. George Street is closed from Richmond Street to Wellington Street for repairs. Lane restriction remain in place along the Adelaide Street Bridge from King Street to Horton Street for construction. If you have a traffic or news tip, call 519-455-NEWS. That's 455-6397. And your Environment Canada forecast. Today is going to be mainly sunny with some clouds and a high of 29. Tomorrow will be a mix of sun and clouds and a high of 31. And on Sunday, some sun with some chance of showers. But right now it's 26 degrees. Find more news online anytime at 1069dx.com.
You're listening to